Chapter 1. She was the fairest virgin in Florence. Or so it was said of Bianca Maria Rosa Pietro d'Angelo. High praise, considering that red, gold, or blonde hair was considered the height of beauty, and Bianca had ebony tresses. She also had flawless features, an ivory complexion, a heart-shaped face, and eyes that were a startling shade of aquamarine blue. As she crossed the Piazza Santa Anna from her home with her mother more and more, gentlemen came to catch a glimpse of what they could of her features, which were carefully and modestly concealed by a bowed head and a light veiling. An audible sigh of regret arose as mother and daughter entered the church for morning mass. "They will be waiting when we come out," Bianca said to her mother. "Sempliciotto, they are wasting their time," her parent replied. "I do not mean to waste my daughters on Florentine marriages. I was sacrificed by Venice to this dark city. I will not allow my girls to be. Only my love for your father has kept me here." They found their way to the chairs set aside for their family and knelt in prayer on the embroidered red and gold kneelers. Mass began. They had music, which many smaller churches in the city did not, but Santa Anna Dolce was the family church of the Pietro d'Angelo family. It had been built by them 100 years ago across from their large palazzo, which stood on the opposite side of the piazza. Upon its walls it had murals that depicted the life of Santa Anna, mother of the Blessed Virgin. Besides the main altar, there were two other small altars, one to Santa Anna herself and the other to Santa Maria. The windows were stained glass. The floor, squares of black and white marble. The Pietro d'Angelo wealth generously paid the livings of the 3 priests and the small choir that served it. The choir was a mixture of eunuchs and ungelded men with rich, deep voices. As long as they sang, they received a small stipend and were allowed to live in a dormitory attached to the church. The choir was a particularly excellent one, and much envied by its neighbours. As their voices died, Oriana Pietro d'Angelo sighed softly with relief. Mass concluded. She had a busy day ahead of her and little patience for piety, except where it benefited her. Father Bonamico was waiting for them at the door to the church. He was a chatty old man and fond of the Pietro d'Angelo children. "Bianca's prospective suitors grow more each day," he noted, nodding approvingly. "Word of her beauty spreads." "It is ridiculous," Oriana said irritably. "Have they nothing better to do than hang about like dogs after a young bitch? I must speak to Gio about seeing that the piazza is cleared when we cross to the church and back. Next they will be stomping and hooting at her. Her reputation will suffer then, though she be as innocent as a lamb." "They have too much respect for your husband to do that," the priest responded. "They are afraid of him, you mean?" Oriana answered dryly. Father Bonamico chuckled. "Perhaps that too, gracious lady. Young men will be young men. The Lady Bianca is quite lovely. You cannot blame them for looking." A small smile touched the mother's lips. "Well," she allowed, "perhaps not." Then she gracefully descended the church steps, her daughter behind her. "Walk next to me, Bianca," Oriana instructed the girl as they reached the bottom of the stairs. She linked her arm with her daughter's, and the two moved back across the square together towards the palazzo. They had almost gained their destination when a young man sprang in front of them, holding out a small beribboned nosegay to Bianca. "For you, Madonna," he said eagerly, smiling, his brown eyes shining. Bianca looked up, startled, but her mother slapped the flowers away. "Impudente! Buffone!" she said, scolding him sternly. "Where are your manners? We have not been introduced. But I know your mamma. She shall hear of this breach of etiquette on your part. She did not raise